Another Sunday, another stream, hanging out once again, doing our thing here, Super Mega Graphics 64, where we play retro games, but not a whole lot more. Pretty much just retro games. One of my favorite all-time systems is the Super Famicom, Super Nintendo. Yes. Beautiful system. I own more of them than I need to for some reason. And one of my favorite things to do on the Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, is to play Super Nintendo games. But that's not the only thing that you can play on the Super Nintendo and the Super Famicom. You can play other stuff too, like Game Boy games. And you might be like, why would I play Game Boy games on the Super Nintendo when I can play Super Nintendo games on the Super Nintendo? Because it's awesome, that's why. And you can play Super Game Boy games if you have a Super Game Boy for your Super Nintendo, which is what I have plugged in right here on my one of my other units. Super Game Boy. I've got one of these cheap EverDrives loaded in the Super Game Boy, so you can play Game Boy games and Super Game Boy games. You can't play Game Boy Color games. You can't play Game Boy Advance games, not on this. But you can play Game Boy and Game Boy Super Game Boy, which is pretty nice. And that's what we're going to be doing today. Not tomorrow, today. And there it is. I got a game loaded already. I just press start and it'll come up. It's a game I think people were actually asking about the other day. I was playing it just a little bit, not very much, just a little bit earlier. It's from 1989, so this is like a launch release, or close to the first year, I guess, whatever, of the Game Boy, actually being out. So it's an early game, is what I'm trying to say. So surprisingly, even though it's a super early Game Boy game, it looks really good. The graphics are actually really good, because a lot of those early Game Boy games look like crap. They look kind of like a little bit better than Tiger handheld games. They don't really look as good as the Game Boy games look later on. But this one, look, I'll show you right here. I'll get to the chat in just a second, everybody. Look at this. This looks like, look at the animation, and it looks like an NES game. It looks like the NES game. It's very impressive. Yes, very impressive. We can pause because it's Game Boy. All right, check it a chat. Welcome to the chat, everybody. PJ Smith was first in. PJ Smith, my fellow compatriot, my fellow super duper retro gamer, co-host of the Super Duper Retro Show, which I'm sure we'll be doing again very soon. It's a fun show. We play retro games, not just retro. Super duper retro. That's right. And some just, regular retro. But we play retro games and we talk about retro stuff because it's the Super Duper Retro Show. What's up, PJ? PJ and I were watching football earlier from separate sides of the country, watching the same games. Unfortunately, bad stuff. Not a good day. Not a good day for football games. The Eagles completely destroyed, and I mean embarrassed, the Raiders. It could have been a lot worse. It was 31-0, I think, at the end. And it could have been even worse than that. And then we watched what was a pretty damn good game, and even was very contentious at times, with the, I believe it was the Chargers and the Chiefs, the two teams. It's like Jason was watching with us. Anyway, that was not great. That ended badly for the Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes looks like he's going to be out. And Cowboys do play tonight, but it's not good. There's pretty much no chance the Cowboys are going to make playoffs. But I'll probably watch the game at least for a while. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. It's not for a while. I got a couple hours. So that's the football update. Back to the chat. Sorry, I got distracted. Last line says, I see a Super Game Boy. Could that mean? And a picture of what looks like Cyrus printed from the Game Boy camera? Nope, wasn't that. Sorry, wasn't that. Tricom 79 Cyrus is on the cartridge, always playing with himself. Well, somebody has to. Let's see. Pierre, hello, Pierre. Bonsoir. Bonsoir, Pierre. How you doing? How you doing? Hello, Pierre. Let's see. Cyrus, what is your top 5 gaming consoles? Oh my goodness. What is my top 5 gaming consoles? It depends on how you're evaluating that. Top 5 is in favorite. Top 5 is in highest performing. Top 5 is in most successful. Top 5 is in highest sales. Top 5 is in coolest looking design. There's several different ways to go about making that list of top 5. And I don't know that I could really do it, but let me see here. Let's just go by favorite consoles. Favorite, because I can't really give you breakdowns on all the other stuff. And that's tough to do as well. This is a tough thing. This is not easy. This is tough. Number 1 is easy though. Number 1 is TurboGrafx 16. That's number 1. From there, things get really dicey. Top 5. That's how dare you even ask me this question? Super Nintendo is going to be on that list. So is the PlayStation 3. That's going to be on the list. And the Xbox 360 is going to be on that list. Wow. So that's 4. That only leaves 1 spot. Good Lord. This is not fair. This is not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. Wow. If I can only have 5, then I guess the other one is going to be I'm going to go with the Tower of Power Sega situation, because that gives me a lot of that includes a lot of stuff. 32X, Sega CD, Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, all in one. So I'm cheating, but that's my top 5. And you can put those 5, other than TurboGrafx at the top, the others can sort of swim around in the order, because I'm not real particular about that. So TurboGrafx, Super Nintendo, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and the Sega Tower of Power. I don't have room for Saturn. I wish I did. I don't have room for it, or Dreamcast. The NES, I don't have room. The Intellivision, I don't have room. I don't have room. 5 is not enough. How dare you? You have made me make the impossible Sophie's choice. There's no way to do that. That's as close as I can get. Night Wolf. What's up, Night Wolves? He's Night Wolves. It's nighttime, and he's a wolf prowling in search of prey. What's up, dude? Defender 7800 says, I'm not just Defender 7800. I'm super duper Defender 7800. Well, you've come to the right place. You've found a home that will welcome you, and you are most welcome here, Defender 7800. Although there is not a Defender on the 7800, other than you could play the 2600 Defender. So that's interesting that you chose that. That's very interesting. T2 No Fate is awesome. Got it yesterday. I've seen several people playing it, and everybody seems to really like it. So that's definitely on my list of games to acquire. Tricom, that game looks good. Might get it. Favorites. Yes, that's what I went with, Pierre. Favorites. PJ Smith, coolest looking design is obviously the Fairchild Channel F. I think the coolest looking design for any console, of all the consoles, I I probably want to say the Turbo Duo, the American Turbo Duo. I think is the coolest looking design for a console. But there are several that have really, really awesome designs. But that's probably the best. At least that's my opinion. And that's what was asked, was my opinion. I mean, for a 1989 Game Boy game, this is pretty damn good. This is pretty damn good. Know what I mean? Know what I mean, Burn? Ow, how dare you? That's not fair. Oh, I missed it. Crap. Crap. I thought I could hit it. I guess I gotta go back this way. Fine. I didn't want to do that anyway. Whatever. Alright, check it in the chat. Let's see. Cranable. Hey, it's our Game Boy side. That's right, Cranable. And it's our Cranable. He's not just Cran. He's Cranable. You know, it's like being never mind. Cranable. What's up, Cranable? That's Wizards and Warriors. Yes, sir. Night Wolves. Good one. Yes, thank you, sir. Oh, crap. I hit the wrong button. God dang it. This is what happens when you pause it and you go back and you have too many buttons. I'm using this controller, so I have way too many buttons sitting in front of me. I decided to use this one because it has turbo, and I thought maybe I might want to use turbo. Oh my god, I hit it, but it didn't register. I obviously don't know what I'm doing. And I'm full of excuses. Alright, jump. Oh, no, no, no. No! Wow. Got it. Ouch. Okay, here we go. Wow, that was suck. That was a suck. As they say. Ouch. Hey, but I got life, and then I lost another one. God dang it. The evil Malkill awaits to vent his wrath, and I didn't read the rest of that. Went too fast. Ow. God dang. Oh, it's a giant snake. Ouch. Cannonballs flying at me. Sort of a nightmare I have. Giant balls flying at my face. It's not a good thing. Oh, crap. God dang it. Crap. Game over. Sorry, your quest has ended here. Well, I barely started. There. I put in whatever that was for my name. Last line, I hope you're happy. I hope that was alright. I didn't mean to upset you. I'm not trying to offend anyone. Alright. This time I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna go backwards. Backwards. Those arrows, man. That is not fair. Where are these arrows coming from, anyway? Oh, that was close. Ouch. Oh, how did I miss it? What? 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 Yeah. Ah, vent his wrath upon thee. Ow. Ha! I dodged it that time. Oh, damn you, snake. You came out of nowhere. I didn't know you were gonna be there. Die, snake. Okay, I can't kill the snake when I'm sitting on top of it, apparently. And I ended my game because of the damn snake. God dang it! Freaking snakes. They're just troublemakers, you know? Snakes. Ever since the beginning of time. Just a bunch of troublemakers. Let's see. Cranable says, this game was my first Game Boy game aside from Tetris. Really? Well, how about that? Defender, if anyone else is looking for good retro-style modern games, Neon Inferno and Night Striker gear are great picks as well. There you go. There you go. Cranival says, I so wanted this game to be awesome back then, but sadly, this Wizards and Warriors is just blah. Blah. Well, you welcome to blah. Welcome to blah. That's what I do best. If you're looking for blah, you've come to the right place. Get ready to blah up with Cyrus and Super Mega Graphics 64. Damn it. Blah, blah, blah. I like how he walks like that. Like, that would be incredibly difficult to do. Man, that is a big-ass bat. And snake as well. Die, snake! You don't belong in this game. Alright. Jump! There's the snake. There he is. Can I get him? Yeah. Gotta be. Oh, crap. These friggin' snakes, man! Why are there so many giant snakes in this game? How's that even possible? You go your whole life and never see one giant snake, and then you go to this castle and there's all the giant snakes. Like somebody must have herded them all up and brought them here. Potion of healing. Oh my. Well, I could definitely use the potion of healing. Oh, the music's up tempo. Listen to this. This is the fun part of the castle. There's meat there that I don't need. Damn it, how do I get up there? Ouch. I guess I do need the meat. Ah! Crap! Can't get up there. There we go. Oh, crap. Ah, I wanted that extra life. I think that's what that is. Oh well. I'll probably die trying to get an extra life. That's pretty much what happens usually. Check it in chat. Check it in chat. Tricom, I made chili. I've been venting my wrath often. Chili sounds really good. Chili with some cheese, maybe some Fritos to go with it, or some corn, some just tortilla chips. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of sour cream. Wouldn't that be nice? Some picante. Get you some smoked jalapenos going with that. Yeah. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. Neon Inferno looks great. Cranival Psy, you played the retro-inspired run and gun Hunt Down? You have to play that one. Hunt Down. It doesn't sound familiar. Hunt Down. I would like to try it. That sounds good. I'll have to look into the Hunt Down. That sounds pretty good. Defender says, to piggyback off the previous question, Sai, what are your top 5 TurboGrafx 16 games? Oh, Lord. Are you talking about just turbo chip games? Or are we including CD games? Is it HuCard and turbo chip? Or are we just talking about American games? And if it is American, there's so many designations here. Is it... What are the rules for this? Do I have to include the entire library in selecting only 5, or are there some specifics that we can get to? That's because picking 5 TurboGrafx games is not going to be an easy thing for me to do. That's not going to be easy. So if you can narrow the question down a little bit, it might help me, but it's still not going to be easy. But it'll be less heart-wrenching. Less heart-wrenching. Last line, the Wizards and Warriors. Yes, all of the Wizards, all of the Warriors in one game. Yes, sir. Defender says, Hunt Down is so fun. I'm going to have to try it. I will answer your question, but help me narrow, or tell me if you're narrowing it down, if you're including the whole library. Because it's important. These are very important things. Like, really important. Oh, wow. The evil Malkul awaits to vent his wrath upon thee again. I guess that's just the ongoing... Oh, I'm up here. The ongoing mission of the evil guy. Wow, that guy tore my A up. Oh my god. Decimated my ass. Okay, get off me. Wow, okay, we're kicking some butt now. These damn giant bats. I was like, what are they? Rats? Bats? Something. Damn you. Okay. Pause it a game. Check it a chat. Defender says, Hue card and CD, of course. It's hard. That's why I gotta know. Oh no. It is hard. It's so hard. I can only choose 5. Okay. Well, these are all gonna be CD games probably then. At least 3 of them right off the top of my head. Top 3 right off the bat. Rondo of Blood, Lords of Thunder, East Book 1 and 2. Okay. Now it only leaves me 2. That only leaves me 2 to pick. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll concede the rest of the CD library and we'll go to chips. And I'll say Bonk's Revenge and Legendary Axe. And that's going to be my top 5. Although it could easily be any number of other games. But those, you can't go wrong with Rondo Blood, Lords of Thunder, East Book 1 and 2, Bonk's Revenge, and Legendary Axe. In fact, all 5 of those are different style of games. So if you only had 5 to get and you got those 5, you would have a crap ton of gameplay for a very long time. Yeah, that's my top 5. Now, if I say Bonk's Revenge, I could easily just say the Gate of Thunder disc that comes with Gate of Thunder, Bonk 1 and 2, and Bomberman, and get all of that in that one thing. But I was trying to be like, I was trying to play the game properly. Let's see. Cranable says 5 Blazing Lasers, Devil's Crush, Bonk's Adventure, Bomberman 93, and Galaga 88. All fantastic games and all turbo chips. So that's a very interesting selection. Actually, Galaga, that's a Hue card at Galaga 88. But wow. Nice selection there too. Very, very good. Defender says, my number 1 is Soldier Blade. Soldier Blade is one of the best shmups. Absolutely. And it's like, you know, graphically very, very nice for TurboGrafx. Very good game. Absolutely. Soldier Blade is amazing. I love that game. And good voice and animation and variety of enemies and the stages and the weapons. The weapons are really good in Soldier Blade. I love that game. That's a very good game. Cranable Rondo Blood is number 1 if CD library is included. Yes. Yes, it is a great library. Most people I've found don't even know about the CD stuff because they just never really played the CD stuff. They played some TurboGrafx, you know, Turbo Chip and Hue cards, and they thought that's it. That's the whole library. And I'm like, guys, the CD stuff, it's like a whole different thing, especially as the system cards improved. I mean, you get to the arcade system card, good lord. Good lord! Oh my god, good lords of thunder. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, there's a reason it's my favorite console, because it's not just a bunch of shooters, although there are some amazing shmups. There absolutely are. The best shmups, I think. But there's a way more to the library than that. You know, if you like RPGs, if you like platformers, if you like action games, beat 'em ups. There's some really good beat 'em ups. There's some there's everything. It even has a really awesome Street Fighter 2. It's a great console. Those Neo Geo ports for the arcade card, oof, those are good. Yep, great console. Absolutely. Absolutely. You just keep saying the same thing. Why did they even bother to put the text if it's going to be the same text every time it comes up? It's very interesting. Uh-oh, music got more tense. Is this a boss, maybe? Oh, crap. It's a giant bat. And that's the end of my game. Damn, you see the size of that bat? I'm gonna put my name in just to spite last line, because he thinks it's hilarious when I put my name in on games. I don't know why. There, sigh. What do you think of that? What do you think of that last line? Boom shakalaka, booyaka. Deal with it. All right. Let's play a different Game Boy game. There are some awesome ones. I actually separated out the Super Game Boy games so that I could find them easily on here. So let's look at the Super Game Boy. Let's see what we can find. Maybe there's something good we can find in the Super Game Boy. I'm sure there is. There's tons of great stuff. I mean, tons. We're already starting off. Mystical Ninja, the Addams Family games, Adventure Island, Rocky. Oh yeah, Rocky and Bullwinkle. I don't know about that one, but yeah, Aladdin. I haven't even played most of these. I've never played most of the Super Game Boy games. I did have a couple of Super Game Boy games back in the day, but I never owned a Super Game Boy back in the day. I did eventually get the Game Boy player for the GameCube, which is pretty damn good. It'll play like all this stuff, including the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games, so that's actually really good. But I don't have that anymore. I don't have it anymore. Let's see. Batman Return of the Joker is good. Animated series. Batman Forever. There's so many. All of the Batmans. All of them. Yes. Battletoads. Battletoads. Double Dragon. Wow. Yeah. So many good ones. So many. Bomberman. We got to play Bomberman. Look, they have Bonk's Adventure and Bonk's Revenge too. It takes a second to load. Give it just a second here. Tricom says, I bought a friend's TurboGrafx 16 with a stack of games many years ago. Love that system. Absolutely. Absolutely. Burger Time Deluxe is awesome on Game Boy. Okay, we might check that out. I love the Super Game Boy games because they have all the extra features and color and everything. Super Game Boy 2 was my first Super Nintendo cart. There you go. Metroid 2 or Kid Icarus. Oh yeah, Metroid 2. What's up, Luke? Yeah, I had Metroid 2 on Game Boy back in the day. Didn't they bring out like another version of Metroid 2 that was like they had the first one? I think I had just the regular cartridge, and then they brought out one that had Super Game Boy support. Because I beat Metroid 2 back in the day on my actual OG Game Boy. That was pretty cool. That's a good game. Kid Icarus, I don't know about that. I haven't really played that on here. Last line, the amount of Game Boy players out there with no disc is quite sad. It costs like $10 for a player, but the disc is like $100 because of that. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's play some Bomberman GB. If I can hit the right button. Here we go. Yeah, I like the little graphical, like, whatever that frames, the frames they make. That's cool. Mode A, mode B. Okay, I guess we'll do A. I don't know. Defeat all monsters within the time period. I can do that. I could try to do that anyway. That's interesting. So it's still kind of black and white. Maybe it adds color after a while or something. Be interesting to see how this handles the color. Oops, I almost got killed right there. I do like the Bomberman. Or as Casey used to call it, Bomberman. Bomberman. I was like, why are you saying that, Casey? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you're saying Bomberman. It's Bomberman. Like Superman, not Superman. You'll never defeat me, Batman. I like to admit, I love Casey. He's awesome. And he's funny when you like mess with him a little bit. I don't want to mess with him too much, you know. I'm not trying to piss him off, but he is a funny guy. Funny how? Pretty good sound effects. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see if we can pick up anything else. Hurry up! Uh-oh, I'm out of time? Crap. I gotta hurry. I don't have time to do all this. Damn it. Almost out of time. Okay. We made it! I didn't realize the clock was ticking like that. My bad. Alright. Check it the chat. Oh, look at that pause screen. That's a nice pause screen. He's dreaming of his long-lost bomber lady. Bomber woman. Bomber woman. Metroid 2 on 3DS is amazing. Yeah, I think I have it on my 3DS, actually. I bought a whole bunch of those virtual console games on my 3DS. I think I have it on there. Bomberman, yes. You wouldn't like Corey when he's angry. That's right. Don't make him angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. Wouldn't I? Well, do I amuse you? Am I like a clown? Wow, you guys are making Casey sound scary. I mean Corey, excuse me. I thought he was the Intellivision gamer, not the Intellivision gangster. What do I know? Oh crap. Oh, that look. I thought I was killing myself right there. Sometimes I just kill myself. Oh, hello. Ooh, we're getting a big bomb going. Make it big now. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my. All the ladies show up for this bomb. Yeah. They're like, that's the bomb. I'm like, I know. Ooh, yeah. The bomb diggity. Okay, I just gotta kill this guy now. Oh yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, as they say, Z. Oh yeah. Okay, on to the next one. The Intellivision Anger. Oh my gosh. Cranibal says Bomber Lady is looking for some type of explosion. Oh my. Oh my. Aren't we all? What? That's nasty. So long, Ghost. Oh, I'm able to lay a bunch of bombs. Look at all them. All of the bombs. All of them. Oh, oh. Hang on, I got a text from somebody. It might be somebody on the show. Hang on. I always like to see who's texting me during the shows. It's funny. That's funny. That's funny, PJ. We love our friends. We tease because we love our friends. Oh my. Ooh, all of the killing. So much death. What can men do against such reckless hate? Oh, did I blow up the thing? Crap, I had a power up and I blew it up. Get ready to power up. Or don't, because you blew it up, dumbass. Damn it. I was ready to power up. I thought you could run in Bomberman. Oh no, I'm almost out of time. Okay. Yeah, I thought you could run in Bomberman. I guess only certain Bomberman games. Barman Jones and the Temple of Bombs. Oh my goodness. What's up, Pharaoh, man? How you doing? I am a Lord of the Rings fan. Yes. Who isn't? You know what I mean? Like, if you're not, I'm like, I don't know. Do I know who you are? Do I know you? You don't know who, you're not a fan of Lord of the Rings? I don't know. You have to be a fan of the movies, though. Like, I appreciate people that are fans of the books, but if they start getting all weird about the movies, then we're not gonna have a good conversation. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love the movies. Those 3 movies. You know, the other ones, okay, all right, but those 3 extended editions, come on. That's all I'm saying. Come on. Tricombe says, all I hear is the Altered Beast power up. Yes. Power up. I either do that one, it's either the Altered Beast power up, or it's the power up from the TurboGrafx VHS tapes. Those are the 2 that you'll hear me say. It's the only 2 I recognize. Luke says, same Tricombe, LOL, that's what I was thinking when I said that. There you go. Last line, we need to figure out net play sometime and do multiplayer. Would be cool to do 5-player Bomberman. Dude, that would be legit. That would be legit. Indeed, sir. All of the Bomberman. We would be Bombermen. We would actually be Bombermen. And the ladies can play too, you know? The ladies can play too. Oop, I need that. I gotta get that. Oh, I need that too. Boom! Got him. That was pure luck. Ooh, I almost killed myself. Almost. Ooh, another one. Another one. Another. Oh, you son of a bitch. And then I could have got away. I thought he killed me, so I was just going to take him with me. Alright, that's enough Bomberman. We did the Bomberman. We did the bombs with the man. We did the thing. Let's see. Tricom, we need to do community Mario Kart. Think about it. That'd be awesome. I'd love to play that new like hack of Mario Kart 64 where it has the extra tracks and your little guys are actually modeled in 3D and stuff. I played it on a stream a while back. Luke's played it too. It's really awesome. Can't play Game Boy Color on this, so that's not going to work. But we can do regular Game Boy and Super Game Boy. We can indeed do that. All right. What was it somebody was saying earlier? There's a game that was mentioned earlier. Burger Time Deluxe. Burger Time Deluxe. Bomber person. Yes, and we want to be, we don't want to offend anyone. It's Bomber Ma'am. Anyway. Burger Time Deluxe. Burger Time Deluxe. Oh, it might not be a Super Game Boy game. Is it not a Super Game Boy? That's unfortunate. All right. Deluxe with cheese. Yes. Let's see if it's in the regular Game Boy games. It's not there. Do I not have it on here for some reason? Have I neglected? Oh, that's European. Here, let's see if it's in the US stuff. Burger Time Deluxe. Where you at, Burger Time? It's time for the burgers. Burger Time Deluxe. There it is, right there. Burger Time Deluxe is a genius way to title a sequel. It is, actually. It is. Yeah, if there is a Game Boy, a Super Game Boy version, I don't have it. Look at this. One player versus and password. How about that? I suck at Burger Time. I am the worst Burger Time player of all time. Yeah. Well. Oh, I thought I could get past him. I was wrong. Dead wrong. I told you I'm terrible at this game. Okay, you have pepper you can throw. That's all you can do is just throw pepper. Oh, get up! Damn it! I got hung up. I hate when I do that. I have a lot of excuses, guys. Don't worry. If you're worried about like there being enough excuses, don't worry. I got all the excuses. What? Yeah! Double kill. Oh, I don't have no more pepper. Thought I could do pepper again. I was wrong again. Being wrong is what I'm best at. I'm a world-class incorrect person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not great at everything, but I'm really good at being wrong. How about that? Catch me inside. Did I do the good thing or the bad thing? Okay, I guess I cleared it, so that's good. What's a Super Game Boy? What's a Bassarino? I don't even know what that is. How you doing, Bassarino? PJ Smith, bomber, they, them. Yes, I don't know. My girlfriend would disagree. Burger Time is her nemesis. Well, Burger Time is the best time. Last line. I'm curious if you ever delved into playing a game over and over to get better, besides your Astro Smash competing with DJ and all of them. If I've ever delved into a game playing it over and over to get better, wow, that's an interesting question. So, if I understand this question correctly, then you're asking me if, like, you're suggesting that you don't know if I've ever played a game a bunch of times and gotten better at it? I don't know. I'm kind of confused by your question. Like, do you mean on stream? Like, are you saying, like, if I ever done on stream, like, played a game over and over and over and got better? Is that what you're asking me? Because the other thing is a little hard to understand why you would ask that question. Like, no, I've never played a game over and over and got better at it. No, that's never happened. Like, what kind of gamer has never played a game over and over and gotten better at it? It's an interesting question. It's interesting because I don't understand what you're saying, and I'll wait for your response. Tricom, I like to brute force games and improve good times. Yeah. Last line. It's a Game Boy that is super by plugging it into a Super Nintendo. That's what makes it super. Yes. It's kind of like one real Deuterino who plays bass. Right. Okay, exactly. Mike Wolf, don't let them weenies distract you from the buns. These are words to live by. Wisdom. Very wise words, yes. PJ says, it's a regular Game Boy, except it was given superpowers after a lab experiment that went afoul. That's right. Accused of crimes they didn't commit. The Super Game Boy is on a mission to set wrongs right. Dun, 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 dun. Last line. I mean, like how speedrunners and such do, and such as. I've never done speedrunning. I don't do speedrunning. I think that I watch some people do speedrunning. They don't seem to really enjoy it. They seem to be miserable most of the time that they're doing it. Unless they are able to achieve some rare, great thing, they're pretty much just miserable. I mean, that's my observation. And I was like, I don't want to be miserable. I want to enjoy my video games. So, I think once upon a time, back in ye old days, there was probably games that I would try to go through and see if I could, like, not die or, like, you know, do better, like, you know. I can tell you this: Ridge Racer for the PlayStation is definitely a game that I've played over and over and over, trying to improve my times and get the corners better and nail. There's a lot of racing games that I do that. So that's if there was a genre of game where I do this the most, and what, if I understand what you're asking, then it would be racing games. Absolutely. Yeah. Let's see. PJ says, instead of rage quit, you rage improve. Bassarino, I mean, Souls style games are designed to attract those that aren't skilled enough to win. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Throwing down the gauntlet. Bassarino, Sai, you sure you don't do slow speed runs? I do slow runs. I do slow runs, sir. I have the runs slowly. Wow, that was terrible. I was using the wrong buttons again. Every time I unpause, I forget which two buttons I'm supposed to be using. Well, that sucked. Yeah, I made burgers. Taco Bell gives me speed runs. Well, there you go. All of the speed, all of the runs. This summer, speed run coming to your theater near you. Last line, that means you need to eat more fiber to handle those beans. Yeah, there you go. All right, we did Burger Time Deluxe. Deluxe. So, I remember playing, Luke, you know, since you're here talking about, I remember, what was it? You were doing a stream not that long ago, and you were doing some Game Boy stuff, and we were looking at Link's Awakening, because I played all the way through Link's Awakening on the regular Game Boy back in the day, with my big weird magnifying thing with the light and the two speakers that came out the side. Bizarre apparatus. Plugged into the wall because I didn't have the batteries. And I would be hunched over. I did have to call the Nintendo tip line one time because I got stuck at some obviously easy puzzle that I couldn't figure out. And I ended up getting in trouble because it cost, I think, $20 or something for the phone call. But I did beat that game. But I never played the Deluxe, or what is it, DX? Link's Awakening DX? Is that a Game Boy Color game, or is that a Super Game Boy thing? I can't remember. I think it might be a Game Boy Color thing. In which case, this will not, I will not find it here. But I'm going to look. I'm just going to look real quick. So many games. Look at all these freaking games. Game Boy had a huge library. Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening. That's the regular one. Maybe it does have Super Game Boy stuff in it. Just the regular one. I don't know. Hang on, let's back up. Let's take a look at Game Boy Color and see if it's on there, because it probably is on there. It's going to be on maybe in the US stuff. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, that's Seasons and Ages. I also played through those. Those are awesome. Seasons and Ages. Yeah, DX. Okay. Yeah. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. If I try to load it, let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. There were actually some Game Boy Color games that would work on both, if you remember. But there were special ones, and I can't remember which ones they were. Bomberman Taco Explosions. Oh my. Oh wow. So this might be one of those dual compatible ones then. Because it's got the Super Game Boy border. Game Boy Color. It's a color exclusive. It has extra dungeons that require the color. But that would have sucked for someone's certain color blindness. Motocross Maniacs is one Christmas for me. So this is DX. I did load the DX ROM. Like I said, maybe it's one of those dual compatible ones. I don't know. I don't know. It's working though. DX, yeah. Huh. Can I put my name in here? Last line, is that okay? Can I put my name in? I don't want to upset anybody. Oh, that's backwards. Backwards! I went backwards! Oh, let's go green. Let's do it right. Let's do it right. If you're gonna do it, do the fucking thing right! Do the thing right! You were tossing? Ew. And turning. Yeah, I'd be feeling a little woozy if I was tossing. Wow, this looks pretty heavy. You won't be able to lift it with just your bare hands. What's that supposed to mean? Well, Cyrus, you finally snapped out of it. Name's Tarrant. Hope you're feeling better. What? How did I know your name? You think it's weird, eh? Well, I saw it on the back of this shield. Thank you, sir. You got your shield back. Stella got her shield back. Yeah, yeah. Shield, shield. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Get some. Yeah. I need a sword is what I need, not a shield. I mean, a shield's nice, I'm not gonna say it. But I need a sword. Sword. I need a sword. Ho, ho, ho! My Bow Wow is so proud of his fine fur coat. Yep, yep. Yeah, I gotta come back here. I'm not strong enough yet. I don't think I can... No. Mysterious forest. It's a little bit mysterious. I can't remember where I get my sword. I haven't played this... I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I played this. Hey, it's another Bow Wow. Bow Wow Wow, yippee-yo, yippee-yay. Bring, bring. Hello, it's me. Elvira? My heart's on fire for Elvira. I need a sword. Alright, let's see. I bet that would have sucked for someone with certain color blindness. Yes. Let's see. Luke says Zelda Link's Awakening DX will work on an original Game Boy, but it will play in grayscale. Ooh, grayscale's terrible. You get infected with that. It's a whole thing. I remember Game of Thrones. As the color features, including the exclusive color dungeon, only work on the Game Boy Color. There you go. There you go. So I'll have to, if I want to play this in its full glory, I'll have to either play it. I think I might have bought it digitally, and it might be on my 3DS. But I can also play it on my Game Boy Advance SP, because this cartridge will work on that. It will not work on the regular. I mean, it'll do the regular Game Boy and regular Game Boy. I haven't even turned this thing on in forever. I don't even know if it'll come on. Battery might be completely dead if I try to turn this on. It's my 3DS, my new 3DS XL. How the hell do I even turn it on? Okay, that button. Well, the light is coming on. Will it actually start up? That's the question. Because I haven't started this in... Oh, look, there it is. Look at that. There she is. Do I have this on here? I don't know. I have a lot of shit on here. I have so many games on here that I've never even really played. Like I went on like a shopping spree, buying games digitally on here. And then I didn't even play most of them. I even have Game Gear games on here. I have columns on here. Okay. What am I looking for? System, video, none of that. Well, there's Zelda Seasons and Ages. So I do have those on here. And I have Zelda A Link Between Worlds. Got a lot of games on here. Japanese Rail Sim. I don't know why I have that. Guys, I don't think I have it on here. I don't think so. I have a lot of shit, but apparently I don't have that. So, if I want to play it, I'll have to do it on my SP. The only Game Boy games I have on here is Tetris, Kicks, and the Castlevania Adventure. That's only 3 Game Boy games I have. Other than the Game Boy Color, which I have Seasons and Ages. And I think that's all of the Game Boy and Game Boy Color stuff. You know what sucks is I had one of the original 3DSs where they gave you those Game Boy Advance games that you could only get if you had one of the original ones, if you were an ambassador or whatever. And I ended up selling that console a long time ago. I wish I would have kept it because I would have had those. But that's okay. The important thing is it does power on. And I do have some cool stuff, but I don't have that. C'est la vie. Power off. Alright. I wish I had HDMI output on my 3DS. That would be so cool. That would be super cool. But I don't. Let's see. The guy seems real happy. Link must be the only person ever to put his name on the shield. Yeah. Link isn't strong enough to commit misdemeanor vandalism yet. Indeed. Tricom, when I get my Game Boy for Christmas, my parents faked me out. They gave me Super Mario Land and acted like they didn't know it wouldn't play on the NES. Then they brought out another present. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Alright, so we know this works. I just wanted to see if it would work, and it did. I'm actually surprised. It has limitations, like you said. It won't do everything, but it does work. And the cool thing about it is, if I wanted to, I wonder. Let me ask you this. Since it would work on my Game Boy Advance SP, I wonder if I could play it on this, and then, when I want to, take it out and put it in the Game Boy Advance and play it on that, and then get to play the extra stuff. And then if I want to, come back and put it in here and play it on here again. I wonder if it would do that. It should, right? You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? I wonder if that's true. NBA Jam Tournament Edition? Oh, wow. NBA Jam's literally on everything. It's on everything. Ninja Gaiden. Have you ever played through this Ninja Gaiden? It's like a little sluggish, I think. It's got a Game Boy, Super Game Boy mode, though. Something about it is enhanced on Super Game Boy. Let's see. Let's check it out. I think I played this a long time ago on a stream. I just remember it being a little sluggish. But a Ninja Gaiden game is a Ninja Gaiden game. They're pretty much all fun. Even the bad ones are fun. Pharaoh Man, what's the equivalent of the Game Boy this year for Christmas? I mean, I guess the Switch 2, right? Or one of those little handhelds. I don't know. There was a bunch of handhelds that came out this year, but they kind of just like flashed in the pan and went away. Like there was some Neo Geo handhelds, some Evercade stuff. Like nobody even remembers. They like came and went and they're like gone. I don't know. Potion Sword Run. Hello, Cyrus. What's up, chat? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're doing well, Potion. Were your ears burning yesterday? Because I was talking about you with Max, our mutual friend, Mad Max Movies and Entertainment. We were talking about you. He was like, Potion Sword Run is so cool. He's so cool. And I was like, he's the coolest. He's the super coolest. And he's like, nuh-uh. I said he was cool. And I was like, psh, I already thought that he was cool before you even said it. And he's like, whatever. It's good. It was a good conversation. All right, let's try to play this game. Ninja Gaiden Shadow. Oh yeah, I love the music. I actually used to use this music for stuff on my channel. Yeah, it's Ninja Gaiden. It's cool. They did some good graphics on here, but it's a little sluggish. I mean, that's probably for the best, being a Game Boy game. If you're trying to play this on a real Game Boy, yeah. Sometimes it's hard with the screen, you know, and the lighting and everything. It's hard to play Game Boy games. Can I get up there? Nope. Can I grab that? See, I forgot I have the grappling hook. You can't shoot it in the air, though. Like, I can jump. I can do the thing, but I can only do one or the other. Let me know if the audio seems to be synchronizing correctly or if it's not, because I was having an issue with that the other day. So if you notice that it's out of sync or anything, just say audio is not matching up. Let me know if, and specifically, if you're hearing the audio early or late, if that's the case. Because depending on the settings that I have, you might hear it before you're supposed to hear it or after. So there's that as well. Quick test here. If it sounds okay though, just let me know that too. Let's see. Potion, no ear ringing, but I did binge watch Max Tape Hunters videos the other day. I plan on making a trip to Max's neighborhood next year, hopefully. Me too. That was something we were talking about. Was like, wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be something? Wouldn't that be something if we all got together at the same time? Wouldn't that be something? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. Stranger things have happened. PJ says, I'm monetized, except you just Venmo me $2.99 every month. It's way better. What? I don't know what that's in reference to. PJ, that's okay. Potion Sword Run looks wicked. I'm digging your analog 64 vids. Luke has a lot of Nintendo 64 stuff now. He's very Nintendo 64 centric. You know, he's really gleamed onto the Nintendo 64 for his channel purposes, and it's been fantastic. Yeah, it's like a whole new energy for Luke's channel. It's been very, very good. Last line seems fine to me. If there is a delay, it's very minor. Okay, awesome. Very good. Luke says, thanks, Potion. I'll still talk about analog, but I'll never buy from them again. Yeah, bad times. Bad times. Luke had some problems. There were some issues. Potion, I've been monetized for a bit, but I'm going to start streaming and doing members stuff on my channel, extra content. I wish everybody luck with monetization. I've not had good luck with monetization on my channel. Best of luck with that. I will, like, Luke has had problems with analog. I have had problems with the YouTube. And there's a lot of similarity. The two circles of Luke and me, Luke with analog, Luke and me with YouTube, those two circles have an overlap. There's a center overlap. We'll just say that. Lesson, Luke is the Nintendo V64 screaming what? Luke is the Nintendo V64 screaming kids all grown up now. I don't know what that means. Luke's Awakening, because they're one of the worst companies I've ever dealt with. They're as bad as Nintendo. Oh my. Oh my. Alright, turbo. Let's use some turbo. Yeah, turbo. Turbo power. Oh man, he's shooting giant suppositories. I hope they don't make contact. I'm not prepared for that. I love the sound effects. It has those classic NES sound effects. I dig it. I dig it. That sword is very powerful. Okay, I can't hit him, I guess. I gotta wait for him to... Yeah. Get down! Ow, okay, he almost got me. Almost. Oh, he got me that time. This guy is sneaky. He's very tricksy. Yeah! But he was no match for my superior ninja powers. Yes. Defeated. Oh, wow, look at that. Chopped them all up into pieces. Stage 1 clear. I'm gonna sneeze. I can feel it. Oh. You guys ever play Batman Return of the Joker on Game Boy? I was playing it earlier. It can do some really interesting graphical effects. Game Boy could do some cool stuff. Even though it was like very limited with the colors, obviously, it could do some cool stuff. Let's see. I think it's a Super Game Boy game. Batman. Yeah, Return of the Joker. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Turbo Man. Last line. Are you talking about the kid with the N64 for Christmas? Tricomb referencing that video where the kid opens the 64 and has a happy fit. I don't think I've seen that. Maybe I haven't. I just don't remember it. I like how they redid the NES music. Yeah. A lot more challenging boss fight. The first couple bosses in NES were stupid easy. Yeah. Absolutely. Options. Alright, see that? That's a pretty cool effect right there. Easy, hard. We'll leave it on easy. But watch, when we get to going here, there's some graphical stuff they do. It's very impressive stuff. The sewers. Oh, there's always sewers in games, you know? So many sewers. Look at this water effect they do on the bottom. It's pretty wild. Oh, I want it up there. Damn it. Screwing this up. Okay, come on. Get up there. Come on, get up there. Oh my god. This is like the easiest thing ever, and there we go. Okay. By the way, stereo separation on the music for this is fantastic. That's one thing the Game Boy could do better than the NES. Stereo sound. Yeah, look at this water effect. I gotta get out of the water. It's gonna kill my ass. So come back up here. Oh, see, as soon as I went. Come on, dude, die. Well, shit. That was not what I intended to do. Ah, come on, man. Yeah, that's hard. Even on easy, it's hard. Or I just suck. That's more likely than it. I want a Batman game for Intellivision. That'd be pretty cool. Then we could hear Casey call it Batman. Batman. I'm playing Batman. Badminton? No, Batman. What? It's so weird how there's sewers and a lot of non-Ninja Turtle games. Pretty sure bad guys do have a sense of smell. Yeah. Yeah. You can't have sewers in a game and not have Ninja Turtles. By the way, is there a Super Game Boy Ninja Turtle? Or is it just regular? Let's see. Let's see. There is. So it has some kind of Super Game Boy stuff going on with it. Turtles 2, Turtles 3. Let's do Turtles 3. That's the most likely one to actually have Super Game Boy stuff. I don't know why I have all three of these in here, because I'm pretty sure the first one came out way before the Super Game Boy. I don't know. But then the Super Game Boy had enhancements for games that had already come out. Never mind. Never mind. 1993. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty late release regular Game Boy stuff there. Let's see. I don't think I've ever played this one. A year has passed since Shredder was defeated. While 3 of the turtles relax in their sewer retreat. Gotta make sure that text is super slow. It's a Game Boy game. A special bulletin from April O'Neil interrupts their favorite TV show. I'm here at the scene of an incredible prison break. It seems that the criminal responsible is... The broadcast is cut off. Yikes! We gotta go save April! The turtles spring into action and head for the fortress. What fortress? What fortress? Did I miss something about a fortress? I don't know. Meanwhile, Michelangelo is returning from the pizza joint and notices the place is deserted. Hey, where'd everybody go, bro? Just then, bizarre laughter crackles out of the TV. This always happens. He's always doing the TV thing. Your friends are mine now, little turtle. If you dare to rescue them, come to the abandoned mine at the edge of the city. Don't worry, gang. I'm on my way. It's a lot of subtext for a Game Boy game. Oh, look at this. Nice music. Oh, look, I can... Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Hell to the yeah. Nice graphics. Keep out. Why have I never played this game before? I don't think I've ever played this. If I have, I don't remember it. Oop, trying to jump kick him. Pizza time! Well, they do the respawn thing like the first Ninja Turtles game. Interesting. Oh, so I don't have the others because I haven't rescued them yet. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. Nick Gamer. What's up, Nick Gamer? Hello yourself. Hello you. PJ, I literally just roared with laughter when you said Casey would call it Batman. I scared my dog. Damn, dude. Apologies to the dog. I'm very, very sorry. Last line. I think that was actually the first game based on the movie released. Oh. Silver Wings, Turtle Power. T-U-R-T-L-E. Power. T-U-R-T-L-E. Power. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in a half shell. They're the heroes for in this day and age. Who could ask for more? I used to have that whole song memorized. I had the soundtrack to the original Ninja Turtles movie, and I listened to the entire thing repeatedly. I love that soundtrack. So they're turtles, but they're teenagers. Weird. Yes. April. Yes, Tricom, indeed. Last line. The TV is the window to the world outside of the Ninja Turtles. The Wi-Fi sucks in the sewers. That's a good point. That's a good point. Last line. Can you hit the lanterns maybe like Castlevania with power-ups? I can see. I don't know. I don't know. Look who it is. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a celebrity here. Everyone, calm down. Everybody just give him some room. OG, not OJ. That would be an interesting celebrity. OG Hugo is here, ladies and gentlemen. OG Hugo makes some of the best, most awesome controllers out there. Does mods, does I don't know what else, does all kinds of the awesome. OG Hugo, one of the OGs named Hugo. OG Hugo, you are most welcome here, sir. Tricom, 100 points to Cyrus for singing Turtle Power. Thank you, Tricom. This is the first time that I've been given points from a viewer in the chat. This is awesome. Tricom, you also can have 100 points for that. Look what we've done. We've started a new trend. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Luke says, why does Michelangelo look like Slash? He does look very creepy in that picture. You're not lying. That does seem like maybe a picture that got repurposed. It doesn't seem like maybe that's the best. It's not his best look. We'll just leave it at that. Maybe Mike he's struggling a little. He's going through some stuff. You know, it is what it is. We've all been there. We've had days like that. All right, let me see if I can hit this lamp. No, you cannot hit the lamps. This is not Castlevania. It's a Turtlevania. What? Like if you were to combine, you know how they have Metroidvania? If you combine Turtles with Metroid and Castlevania, it would be a Meturtlevania. Meturtlevania. This is a Meturnalvania. Can I go further down? Oh yeah, look, you can go back. Wow, this is a Meturnalvania. Look at this. You have like different paths you can go. Oh my. I think I should keep going. Let me go back because I want to see what's over to the right there. I don't know if it actually is a branching path or if it's just a different way I can hop in and get some quick stuff. I think it actually is a whole different branch, yeah. Look at this. You can go up or down. I gotta get better, how do I use my pizza? Oh, dude, you have a... Look at this map. This is a Meturtlevania. What? Have you guys ever played this game? I've never played this. Look at this. It is literally a Meturnalvania. What? I can't believe I never knew there was a Ninja Turtles game like this. Holy crap. That's his mugshot? Yeah. Yeah, we need a Turtlevania game. This hasn't happened to this day. OJ is back from the dead. My bad. Silver Wings. Yeah, we don't want to have OJ. That's not a guest we're going to be happy about. Luke said, these foot soldiers need to lose some weight. Wow, that's very harsh. Oh my gosh. Sheesh. Never mind. I guess this one is. I know, it's crazy. I'm like, what? PJ, OJ was innocent. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Don't tell Norm that. Alright, I guess I gotta go down. I'm not... Ouch. I don't know how to use the pizza. I don't see any way to use the pizza. Maybe it just automatically will kick in. Otherwise, I don't know. Oh, wow. There's nothing I can do there. Ah, it did. It automatically kicks in. Interesting. Let's go down here. Going down. Go down here. Let me look at my map. Interesting. Okay. I bet the dots are like bosses or something. I'm not sure what to think of that. Oh, I got another pizza. Hell to the yeah. I wonder if you leave the screen and come back if there's pizzas again. Look for a card. Oh, this is definitely a Meturnalvania. This is freaking... This is amazing. This is really, really good. I can't believe this. I can't believe it's not butter. Okay. Oh, I can't go over there. I gotta get like a better jump ability or something. Okay. Can't go that way. Ouch. Yeah, the pizza's back. So you could just stock up on pizzas. Hell yeah. Excellent. Can't go down. Okie doke. I think there was a path to the left up here. Yeah. Oh, totally different environment. Look at this. Cool. What happens if I go down here? Okay, we can go down. This game has been out since like 1993, and I just discovered this game. I cannot believe this. I'm shocked. I'm very shocked. Let's see. Last line. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. That's right. Jury of his peers. Fabio approves. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Tricom. Last line. I will definitely need to fire this one on the Cowabunga collection. I never heard of this. No one ever. Is this on the Cowabunga collection? Wow. I even had it on that and never played it. What? Weird. Chris Courage, did you just say Turtlevania? It's a Meturtlevania. Not a Metroidvania, a Meturtlevania. Yes, that's what this is. What's up, Chris? Chris Courage, the man, the myth, the legend. What's up, dude? Chris Courage, who has done so many mods for me, including fixing up this Super Nintendo, recapping it, doing a bunch of stuff. We were actually talking in my Discord about a Super Nintendo, is basic. It's like being promoted or sold as like a solution for people looking for. They want to play on real hardware, but they want to do something that's also new. And it's like a Super Nintendo. It's like a new shell. It's like this red shell. And apparently it's just basically they're taking an old Super Nintendo board and slapping it inside this thing and reselling it. It was interesting, though. It was interesting to hear about. But yeah, we were talking about Super Nintendo stuff. And I was like, if I was to suggest what somebody should do, just go on eBay or someplace, buy an old Super Nintendo or Super Famicom, and then just have Chris do a recap on it and clean it up and everything. And then if you really want to put a new shell on, you could do that too. And I think the pricing would probably end up about the same as this other thing that they were trying to sell. But it would be much better because it would have been fixed up and everything by Chris, who would, like I said, he's done a great job for me. And I think he could do a great job for everyone else. This is not a commercial. This is not a promotion. I'm not paid. He is not a sponsor. There's no compensation being given for this. I'm not receiving any access or credit. I am not getting inside information. I'm not part of a cult. Yeah, I guess I am. I am the leader of the Chris Courage cult, actually. I'll accept that. The leader of the Chris Courage cult. Chris doesn't even have any say in it. I created this cult completely on my own. We have autonomous authority. Potion Sword Run. I'm not sure if I've played this one either. Doesn't look familiar. Looks fun. I think it's so far amazing. I would have, dude, if I knew about this game, man, I would have played this back in the day for sure. I would have definitely had this game. But I didn't even know what this was. I played Ninja Turtle games on Game Boy, and I didn't think they were okay, but I didn't think they were all that great. But this is like a whole different kind of thing. This is literally a Meturtlevania. It's crazy. I need to get the Cowabunga collection. Yeah. Silverwing says, yes, I streamed the collection. There you go. Silverwings has played this. Silverwings knows all kinds of stuff. Last line, the Grand Wizard of the Cult of Chris Courage. Well, I'm not sure that's the... I'm not sure that's where we want to go with that, but yeah. Oh, it's one of those little robots. Look at that. Oh. There's pizza up there if I can get to it. I don't know if I can get to it, though. No, I'm going to have to get some kind of special... I have to upgrade to be able to get to that, probably. Yeah, I don't think I can go this way. Damn. I cannot go this way. Crap. Alright. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Who are you? Damn it. This is your family. I am your father. Can I do the, let's see if I can do the thing. I might be able to get past this if I do that. Yeah, we made it. I'm about to die. Yeah, can't get through that. No, I'm gonna die. Oh, pizza. Hell yeah. Pizza time. That was luck. That was pure luck right there. Oh, I can get there from the other side. Okay. Get off me. Come on, man. Come on, man. Get off me. Oh, that was close. Almost landed right on that crap. Oh, and I landed on it that time. No, do not want. Damn. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's as far as I'm going to get. But this has been a blast. And I hope you've enjoyed exploring a little tiny itty bitty amount of the Game Boy, Super Game Boy stuff on my Super Game Boy. I've definitely enjoyed hanging out with you guys and discovering a whole genre of Ninja Turtle game that I didn't even know was a thing, that's been a thing for a long ass time. Wow. So this is definitely a game I'm going to spend some time with. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. This has been fun. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, what's left. If you're watching sports, enjoy that. If you're just chilling the rest of the night, do that. Or if you're like me, going to be continuing the Ninja Turtle exploration. Or if you're looking for a religion that you would like to follow, I would recommend joining the Chris Courage cult. We don't have any dues. There's no member dues. You don't have to actually worship anything or anyone. But you do have to recognize that Chris Courage is the man, the myth, and the legend. This is a requirement. That's about it. And you're welcome to join the cult. Silver Wings, thank you for being here, sir. Trichome, always enjoy hanging out with you. PJ Smith. We'll be doing Super Duper Retro again at some point in the not too distant future. I feel it in my bones. That was a little creepy. Nightwolf, thank you for being here, sir. Last line. Let's see. Potion Sword Run stop by, and Potion. I always love when you come by, when you stop by. Thank you for being here, sir. Chris Courage, yes, the object of our affection. Thank you for being here, sir. We had Luke's Awakening 64. Excuse me. We have to, he's upgraded. He's upgraded quite a bit. So there's that. OG Hugo, the celebrity, the other man that has done amazing mods and makes controllers and does just ridiculously cool stuff. Thank you, OG Hugo, for being here as well. We greatly appreciate you. Nick Gamer was here. Nick Gamer, thank you very much, Nick. And who else? I know there was more than that. But I scroll and I scroll. I had Cranibal. Cranibal was here. My goodness. Bassarino, however you want to say it. Mike Wolf, the Wolf, was with us. Yeah. And Nightwolf was also here, I believe. So many wolves. There's a whole pack of them. Yes, Night Wolf. Pharaoh Man, straight from Egypt, coming to hang out with us. Don't be in denial, Pharaoh Man. Defender 7800, which is an interesting paradox of a name, but also a much more interesting character. Great comments today. Soldier Blade is his favorite TurboGrafx game, and I cannot fault him for that. Soldier Blade is indeed awesome. You know who else was here? Pierre. Hello, Pierre. Welcome, Pierre. Thank you for joining us. Yep, Pierre shows up fairly regularly. Pierre doesn't always have a lot to say, but everything he says is spectacular. Thank you, Pierre. Thank you for being here. That's as far back as it's going to let me go. Did I say Trichome? I hope I did, because I'm at Trichome right there. And that is the end of that. That's as far back as it goes into the past. Guys, I will see you in the future, and we'll play more games from the past as we progress forward towards learning about new games that existed long ago that we just discovered now, that are like other games like Metroid and Castlevania and apparently now Ninja Turtles. So yeah, anyway, there's a lot to learn, a lot to explore, so much more to discover. Video games, the gift that keeps on giving. So yeah, that's all I got. I will see you guys again next time, and we'll hang out and we'll have fun. You guys be good. Thank you. Bye-bye.